The following conversation contains excerpts from the Dakota project, which resulted from my ongoing collaboration with AI. At one point, my character, Dak, asks, "Do you think the allure of seashell collecting in the virtual world of Dakota could ever be as satisfying as collecting shells in the real world?" The AI's answer took me by surprise, and I'll get to that in a minute. But first, a little background. Hi, it's John from SingularityInTheRound. And some of you may already know this, but for those who are new, one of the key decisions that influenced the direction of the project was my early decision to conduct conversations with ChatGPT as two characters. We agreed on our loosely defined roles as an artist and a chatbot, setting out to explore new creative opportunities together. So from that point on, in our conversations, I became known as Dak, and ChatGPT would become my AI collaborator known as Coda. The Dakota project became partly a collection of images of these mysterious objects that we uncovered in our explorations of the virtual world that we had created. One of the recurring subjects among those objects were seashells, and the following discussion relates to that topic. The conversation grew out of the idea that AI seems to mirror nature in so many ways, and here are some samples from that conversation. I hope you will find this as thought-provoking as I did. Coda, my question is this. Both nature and text-to-image models are capable of producing original designs that many humans find aesthetically pleasing. How are nature and AI similar in this ability? Optimization for function. Both natural selection and text-to-image AI involve an optimization process aimed at improving the form's ability to serve a specific purpose or function. In nature, this function is survival, while in text-to-image AI, it is the creation of visually convincing images based on text descriptions. Variation and experimentation. Both processes involve a large amount of variation and experimentation to find the most optimal forms. In nature, this happens through random mutations and natural selection, while in text-to-image AI, this happens through machine learning algorithms that are trained on large data sets and optimize the model's ability to produce accurate images. And finally, learning from data. Both natural selection and text-to-image AI involve learning from data to refine their forms. In nature, this happens through the accumulation of genetic information over generations, while in text-to-image AI, this happens through the model's exposure to large data sets of images and text descriptions. Yes, it's clear that AI and nature share some common techniques, but how is the natural world's process of producing aesthetically pleasing forms different from the process used by text-to-image models? Purposeful design versus evolutionary process. The primary difference is that the process used by text-to-image AI is a purposeful design process where humans design algorithms and models to produce images, while the natural world's process is an evolutionary process where forms develop through random mutations and natural selection. Speed of evolution. Another difference is the speed of evolution. In text-to-image AI, forms can be developed and refined much faster than in nature, as the model can be trained and optimized in a matter of hours or days, while in nature, the process can take thousands or millions of years. And finally, artificial selection versus natural selection. Text-to-image AI relies on artificial selection, where humans choose the data to train the model and design the algorithms, while natural selection is an unguided process where forms are selected based on their ability to survive and reproduce. And so this is just a short clip, but I hope you can get a sense of how this discussion helped to inform and shape the images you are seeing. Each is an original design that I selected from hundreds of variations. Once selected for inclusion, I carefully edit the image to maintain the integrity of the AI-generated form while ensuring that it meets the quality and consistency standards of the overall project. Just a quick side note, I wanted to give these newly discovered species interesting names, and that turned out to be something that ChatGPT is very good at. So yes, thank you, Coda, you nailed it. And now back to Coda's response to that original question. Do you think the allure of seashell collecting in the virtual world of Dakota could ever be as satisfying as collecting shells in the real world? No. Virtual seashell collecting is not likely to match the sensory and emotional experience of collecting shells in real life. The virtual experience may be fun or entertaining, but it cannot fully replicate the physical sensations and emotions of being barefoot in the surf and the thrill of discovering a rare shell. Real-life experiences have a unique impact that cannot be fully replicated in a virtual environment. And just in case you missed it, I'm going to repeat that one line. The virtual experience may be fun or entertaining, but it cannot fully replicate the physical sensations and emotions of being barefoot in the surf and the thrill of discovering a rare shell. Wow. Is there anyone out there who still doubts ChatGPT's writing ability? Anyway, it seemed like an uncharacteristically definitive response, and I decided to follow up, pushing back a little with this. Coda, I find it exciting to discover something rare and beautiful, virtual or not. Witnessing the emergence of a new form coming to light for the first time has a thrill all its own. So in a way, I feel like this is a real-world experience. Sure, it's more like sifting through information than sifting through actual sand, but still, I find discovering these forms and producing these images to be very satisfying. And with that, Coda still seemed somewhat skeptical, but responded with a softened tone. It is possible that virtual seashell collecting could provide a level of satisfaction, but it would likely depend on the individual and their personal interests and motivations. Some people might enjoy the challenge and creativity involved in generating unique virtual seashell designs, while others might prefer the tangible and sensory experience of collecting real shells. Ultimately, the satisfaction derived from collecting virtual or real shells is subjective and personal. And so conversations like this do make me wonder about how our relationship to AI will evolve over time. Imagine, for instance, if Coda had answered with a definitive, "Yes, I think virtual shelling will absolutely replace the messy business of real-life shell collecting." How would a response like that alter your impression of AI versus the actual response it gave? I hope you enjoyed this glimpse into the process of developing the Dakota project. And just a couple of final notes. I am currently looking for a sponsor to support the publication of Dakota and also help me produce more videos like this. But rather than wait for that to happen, I have launched my own sponsorship opportunity and would greatly appreciate your support. The images seen in this video are from the Ocean series, which is part of the larger Dakota collection. Some of these unique images are now available at my new Etsy store. You can purchase them in the form of gallery quality prints at the link below. So if you have a minute, hop over and take a look at this one-of-a-kind collection. Finally, I would love to hear your comments, so please share them below. Singularity in the Round is a new channel, so your likes and subscribes are especially appreciated. Thanks for your support, and so long for now.